how is Jeremiah as a player? Complete. Both offense and defense, he can do everything out there. Defensively, he can pretty much defend everyone out there on the court. And he's just an overall great player. But the best thing about him is he makes everybody on the team much better. He will get everybody involved. He's very vocal. He's a great leader out there. And he just leads us all by sample. He will do whatever it takes to win that game for you. And at the same time, become really a leader when it's needed.
Jeremiah grew up in Fontana, California, 1985. Not much was to the city in those days, but a small town filled with grapevine fields and a good community. Born the last of 8 children, he was known as the seat filler and was once told while still in the womb that his hands were blessed.
I'm Jeremiah's mother. I'm his mama. And I just like to tell you about Jeremiah playing basketball. Jeremiah been playing ball since he was a little bitty kid. He used to sleep with a basketball. Everywhere you saw him with a basketball, bless his little heart. So we figured he was going to be a basketball player. But you know, somebody told me, lady told me one time that his blessing was in his hands. That's when I was pregnant with him. She told me I was having a boy, and his blessing was in his hands. And so God gave him that blessing of playing basketball. He carried him quite a bit. And it helped to soothe his nerves and stuff too, because he'd be out here playing all times of day and night. And one time he came home from college and he was out here playing in the middle of the night. I thought maybe he was drunk or something, trying to, fend it off like that, So anyway, but he has been blessed, and I thank God for that. And he was a super basketball player, good attitude and everything. And even when he felt like coaches and things was wrong, he still held a good attitude, and I appreciate that. God has been good to him, taking him many places with that basketball. Met many friends, many people that loved and admired him as a player, and he was always a humble player.
All I ever wanted to do was play basketball, and I was in my front yard almost every day doing it. And as a kid, I remember we was going against this team called St. Joe's, and they used to always beat us. And then one game, we had came back from like a lot down, and it was like my first game winner. And I remember, getting the ball and going down the court. Everybody was screaming and stuff. I even almost lost the ball. I came down and then threw it up. Boom, it went off the backboard, went in. The coaches went crazy. My mom rushed down to the court, and she just hugged me, and I was just crying because I had that much passion of beating that team. Like, I wanted to beat them so bad because they were like, the top team in the city. And that's one of my memories of like my first game-winning shot. Our family did a lot of stuff together. We got a great childhood. I had a great childhood. Our parents were very supportive. They took us, man, you name it, we went. I was a, happy kid, and I always had a smile on my face. And all I wanted to do was play basketball and have fun, be around my brothers and sisters. I was always around my brother John. John was a clown, you know what I mean? He always had the jokes going on, and we was close, around the same age. So that was cool. I remember my mom bought us our first suits.
Hey boys, let me see you walk over there. This man. Nice young man. Okay, walk over there in my little suits. These boys are sharp today. I want to let y'all know. These boys are sharp. We got some girls visiting. I tell you the truth. It's just pitiful. We got a bunch of girls in the house. It's just like living in a zoo. Okay, now y'all boys take your coats off and walk over there and let me see what y'all look like. Here's a young man sitting here filling his navel and, scratching his eyeballs out. Okay, this is John Houston Ward. John Houston, how old are you, son?
8.
He's 8 years old. He's a nice looking young man, too, for 8 years old.
Look at y'all pants in the back.
Kind of tall. And foot on her. You got a brother over here. What's your name, young man? Jeremiah Ward. Look at this boy here. He is sharp. How old are you, Jeremiah? Where did he go? How old are you, son? Son, how old are you?
Our parents used to, like I said, take us everywhere. And we always went to this place called Mountain Lakes. We would go up there, go swimming, take our friends. Our family was always up there camping. And it was just a joy to see our family, do all these things and just have fun with each other. And our parents were really good at just watching us and spending time with us and seeing them two together. It was just an amazing thing. And this place that we always went to, we still go to this day. And it's like a family, tradition. People come home, we go out there. We camp. My brothers and sisters come back from Texas. They always go up there, find some time. Back in the day, we had everybody come up there with us. We'd be around the picnic table, and then at the campground. And then at the campground, we'd have like the tents and everything. And we would all basically be at one picnic table because we couldn't have two because it was one per site. And it'll just be like super, super fun. All of us is waiting around, and for breakfast, my dad would be. We was always deep. Whenever we went anywhere, we would at least be 6 kids deep with 2 parents. You know what I mean? We would go out to my grandpa's house in the desert, and we would stay in his trailer in the back, and all of us would be back there, like like chilling. And even when we went to dance recitals and everything like that, my sisters were in the choir. We would all be there, to support all of us. You know what I'm saying? 6 kids, 7 kids, 8 kids, depending on who was with us that day. We will always have a random person or people or friends or with us. And looking back at the videos, we would be around a table, and it'll be, somebody's friend or teammate or something like that around the table with us. And we always had kids at the house, and my parents didn't mind that.
Let's go. Who's in the bedroom? Kid. Fully dressed, right? Ready to meet the world? Huh? Say something. Lost your tongue for the night?
When we first got our camera, we got in front of it, and we did skits, we sang, we just did fun things together, and our parents were super cool. They let us have fun and let us be kids. We didn't sit in front of a TV all day or any day. We didn't even have a TV growing up because our parents didn't allow us to watch TV because they wanted us to go outside and play and expand our mind and, be coordinated and be creative in our minds and, be a kid. Because you stand in front of a TV all day and video games, then, your childhood is going to be strictly video games. So they were good about that. We didn't understand it till we got older. But looking back, I'm so glad that they let us, just be kids and be innocent. And it was wonderful. I always say we were like the Cosbys because we just did everything. We was always in our front yard, on our skates or our bikes or playing basketball for the most part. It was just a joy for us to be out there.
Hey, go to that. Who makes that milk on the carpet, Dorian? And you get up, get a washcloth, and get it up right now. Because milk will leave a spot.
Birthdays was the coolest. My mom would make the cake, and my dad would go get some ice cream. And I remember my my 4th birthday when I got my first haircut. It was like a whole day full of fun.
How old are you? Huh? I can't hear you. Okay. What is his birthday? Can't hear you. Say it loud. Okay, 1989.
We was all at the barbershop when I went to go get my first haircut on my birthday. We was in there deep too. And it was pretty fun because my brother, I think he got one too. And then it was my turn to get in chair. It was my first haircut ever.
Alfalfa. Fish you cut it all off and let's leave that up there. No. Okay.
So as I was getting my haircut, my mom wanted to keep my first haircut hair. So she put it in a little braid and then had the barber cut it off. And then she took it, and I don't even know what that thing is. But it was a fun day.
Okay. Okay. All together.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jeremiah. Happy birthday to you. And many more on Channel 4. Now maybe we should blow the candles out.
That day was awesome. All my family around the table, like we always do, and like we always did. And my daddy had the camera. I you know what I'm saying, I blew out the candles. We had cake and ice cream, and we just had a fun time. And it's awesome to, see my dad at a young age in the videos. It's pretty dope. He was a super cool dude. And my mom and my dad were like super into each other. And he worked very hard to make sure we had everything. Even when he wasn't at work, he was always working, doing something else. And he was a great provider, great father, great husband. But my mom loved him to death.
Okay, this is Anna Ward, and as you all know, I'm the mother of this family. Sometimes I don't know if that's good or bad, but I am. And we're all getting ready to eat ice cream here tonight. I'm always the one that gets left out when they serve anything, but I see tonight they didn't leave me out. They did leave me out.
There's one extra cup left.
Okay, they gave me double tonight. That's why I'm fat. I keep telling them, don't fix things that make me fat, and they keep making me fat.
Nobody else.
And I figure since they gave it to me, I should eat it. So that's why I get fatter and fatter. I give you one. Okay. Look at it. Isn't he lovely? Good looking man. I'm going to tell you. When the Lord gave me this man, the Lord gave me a good looking man and a good hearted man too. And I don't care what nobody say. He's mine. Sugar if it gets no big. Okay, and this is, we're going to sign off with this. KWARD saying, let's all say it together, folks. Good night.
When it comes to ball, as a basketball player, Jeremiah was athletic at a young age. And the skills, I'm pretty sure he was dunking in seventh grade, 8th grade, 6th grade, one of those. A little bit closer during middle school when we went to Alder Middle School. Still played ball. Jay Ward was nice. We would hang out at his spot. Man, he got so many stories of us just hanging out, playing ball, people getting dunked on in front of his house, people getting dunked on, like dunked on, in front of his house. I've known that man ever since the fourth grade. We went to Mango Elementary School. Jay Ward, he's always been in the ball. And since, that's when I've seen him play. And ever since then, that's just what it's been about.
He came from a strong family of faith, with his father being a pastor, and both parents were very big into the church, teaching the family of values, morals, and keeping the family name in good graces. Jeremiah was taught to always put God first, keep his head on his shoulders, and stay humble. His parents instilled in him the importance of God, teamwork, and unselfishness. Coming from a church family, there were times he had to miss games because they were the same time as a game that fell on a Sunday.
This is basically how it went on a Sunday where me and my brother, John had a game or I had a game. So it depended what time the game was. So if the game was, let's just say 9 a.m. at tournament, we would stay from the game, we go to church. If the game was from 10 through 12, anytime between there, we would try to see if we can go to the super early service at 8 so we could make it to the game. There were times that I would come in like after first quarter or right when the game starts, and the coaches understood. They were really cool about that. And if the games were like at 12, then that would be awesome. 12 and after, we would definitely make those ones. But if it fell right in the middle of church, we was not going at all. My parents always said, once again, God comes first. And to this day, I truly believe that. He gives us a talent, like my mom said, gives a talent. He can take it away any moment. So you put him on a back burner, then it's kind of like, kind of like an insult. So that's how it was on, Sundays and basketball at church. My parents was not playing when it came to that. Growing up in a Christian home, church had to come first. And my father being a pastor, we were always, at the church doing things, Saturdays, Sundays, Wednesdays. So if I had practice on Wednesday, it would be practice and then go to the night service. Sunday was, we go to church service in the morning. Then after church, we do some, cleaning up or cut the lawn, and then eat, and then have church service later on that night. Saturdays were just, if anything needed to be done for the lawn, if we didn't do it, Sunday before, then we would do that. Church was a big part of our family, and I really appreciate, being born into, a family like that, because it taught, me and my brothers and sisters morals and hard work and right from wrong. So when we got older, we can know those things, and we can, do the right thing morally. We're not perfect, but it was just the fact that, we were taught that, and that's the great thing I appreciate my parents doing with us.
I've known Jeremiah since we were little kids. I believe probably 9, 10 years old, playing on the same basketball team growing up, the Bad Boys, and then playing against him in high school. played on the same AAU team with him. And one memory that I have that just goes to show how important Jeremiah is to a team and being a great teammate as well as being a great player is we were playing in a big-time tournament in Vegas, which was the biggest tournament of the summer. We were making an amazing run, and we made it to the semifinals going up against the Texas Blue Chips, like LaMarcus Aldridge, AC Law. They had a bunch of D1 guys, and Jeremiah was our starting point guard. We played them on a Sunday, and Jeremiah, being involved in the church with his family as much as he was, he had to go to church that day, and he couldn't play in that game. We lost, and I think in double overtime, real close game. And I truly believe if he would have played, that we would have won that game. We might have won the whole tournament. But it just goes to show how valuable of a teammate, how valuable of a player he was, and how he impacted the team. And I know I followed Jeremiah's career, and he did that on every team that he played for. Great teammate and an even better person.
He came from a line of basketball players with his sister Safrina, brother Cephas, and John being the older basketball siblings. His sister Safrina was a star, having reporters at the house often for interviews and coaches coming in and out for recruitment. Cephas attended and played on the first high school basketball team at A.B. Miller High School, where Jeremiah would go and attend practices and work out with the team at an elementary age. Other brother John also played at A.B. Miller and had the ability to jump out the gym that would land him to play in college and in Mexico.
Safrina was a beast. She went to A.B. Miller also, and she played she played small forward or guard, one of those. And she was like let me see, she reminded me of Cheryl Swoops mixed with Charles Barkley, and she was really good. Lefty. She went to play in Belgium for Team California to represent the U.S., and that was pretty dope. And with that, they had, reporters and newspaper people coming in and out at the house. And me, I wanted to be in the paper with her. So I was guarding her, playing defense and stuff as they was taking pictures. And of course, I got front page with her playing basketball in the front yard. So that was pretty cool. And my sister, she was probably the first female I seen dunk, and she's like 5'10", on 10 feet. She's lefty, so she was dunking at 5'10". So when I see females now, they're like 6'7", 6'8", dunking, like, it doesn't impress me because I've seen my sister do it, and she was a really great basketball player, and she was one of the basketball players I looked up to coming up, and yeah, she was pretty dope. She was pretty dope. And she opened the doors for some of us too, because everybody went to A.B. Miller, so it's like, oh, you're Safrina's little brother, or Cephas' little brother, or John's little brother, Durian's little brother, Talbot's little brother. So everybody went to the same high school. My brother Cephas also went to A.B. Miller. He was a football guy, and he played basketball, two-sport athlete. He played on the first football team at A.B. Miller and the first basketball team. So that was pretty dope for him to do that. Then there's John. Me and him go, it was like super tight. We played on the same basketball team up until, high school? When he went to high school, I was still in middle school, so we couldn't play on the same team unless we did like a rec thing or something during the summer. But once I got to high school, I was on varsity as a freshman, and John was on varsity also. So we played together then too. And me and him coming up, man, we was always, hooping together everywhere at parks, recreation leagues, different leagues. And when me and him was in the game, and we had full control, nobody could really stop us. And we had this move to where I would say, follow me. And he already knew what that meant. So what it was is I would penetrate, and then go straight in the middle to the paint like I'm about to do a layup, and I just throw it off the backboard. and he'll just come yamming. It's just crazy. We did that a couple times. That's our signature move. I love playing with John. Dude could jump out the gym. Super passionate. His defense was crazy. He was one of the rare guys that I've seen. He'll probably go up and for a layup or something, and probably miss it or something, and then hustle back on defense and take the charge at the other end if it was a fast break. And I'm like, wow, like he fell from the ground, got up, and hustled all the way back. Like I always respect his passion about his defense. He could jump out the gym, crazy hops. He was nice. He was real nice. And I love playing with him. All my siblings that play sports were inspiration to me. And I always looked up to them as great competitors. And I just seen what they did to try to mimic them. And of course, I'm a little brother, so I'm looking up to see what they do, what kind of moves they do. And just having that, it helped me grow to see what work had to be put in order to get to their level. And then when I got to the level, it felt good because I'm like, okay, I'm doing the same thing that they did. And, I've always wanted to go to A.B. Miller, since I was a kid, because I seen my brothers and sisters go. I seen them play on the basketball teams. So, and I'm up there with them at the practices. So I'm like, okay, when I go up there, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll be the best I can be while I'm up there. And it was fun because when I go up there, the coaches already know me and stuff, and because of family, and it was just a good adjustment.
Barbecue so much today, he didn't even change the shirt.
Somewhere along the line, I lost them, and I don't know where they are right now. But if anybody bites into a piece of barbecue, you think it's a piece of meat.
And what it? Oh,
I lost them, yo.
Lord. Y'all excuse me.
Hey, that's not.
That's
That's